Life and death are in love. This is a story long told. The universe itself keeping apart a sorrowful couple. Polar opposites attracted to one another and forever sending gifts across the earth to one another. Life sends souls in beautifully wrapped packages to death, and death treasures them always, using their wrapping to heal and nurture the earth in return for life. Their love has spun the earth in circles, creating many stories and souls and worlds. One of many such stories and souls was Limbo. From their love one day came a new being, a creation neither fully live nor dead. Death and life named her Limbo, a daughter of both their love and loneliness. Limbo was a passive creature. She cared not for the world or the souls in it, but bore it no ill will. While her parents spun the earth and nurtured its spirits, Limbo tucked herself away, fast bored by the idea of her father life's people or her mother death's eternity. She decided to create an earth more to her liking. She picked a small planet far away from her parents and began to create. Limbo, in her creation, was given an extent of both her parents' gifts. Life gave her his ability to bring spirits and souls into the world, wrapped in whatever appearance she desired. Death gave her her ability to stay, a gift of immortality and permanence to whatever she chose to gift it. Limbo, using both these gifts, began to stretch her wings in the art of presence. The very first thing she created was a flower. She modeled it carefully after one she had seen while still with her parents, one created by life that most associated with death. Limbo saw it fitting, after all. However, as all life does, it began to fade. Realizing her mistake, Limbo began to try again, creating things already past, still beautiful and eternal. She practiced and practiced. Creating things that passed and not withered or faded was a trick her parents had not taught her. As she did, she filled her planet more and more, straying from the designs she had seen her father try back home. Soon her earth was filled, a garden of flowers that could never pass, for they already had. The world, she chose, was a permanent twilight. The light caused her to take on an appearance closer to her father, while the shade revealed her more ghastly side. In the speckled starlight she set up above, however, she appeared nearly as both at once. The harder you looked, the more you couldn't understand what you were seeing. Through her garden sat still rivers, fountains caught in the middle of running, waterfalls frozen mid-fall. Quiet lights and stony paths wound their way through bushes of flowers, larger than mountains and smaller than ants. And in her foliage, Limbo found peace. Until, one day, it was interrupted. Limbo sat on this day near one of her fountains, designing a new tree, when from behind her someone cleared their throat. Limbo turned to find a young man in a suit, confused and afraid and apologetic. "I don't mean to interrupt," he had asked, "but do you know where I am?" It was through talking to this young man that Limbo learned of a flaw in her parents' plans. Some people, like her new visitor, in their voyage to her mother would get lost, stuck, if you will, between life and death. For Victor, the man in Limbo's garden, it had happened in a flash. He had been on his way to meet his wife and hadn't seen an oncoming carriage. Others, as they appeared later on, met different fates. Falling, or betrayal, or self-inflicted accidents. To each, Limbo would pose a single question. "Where would you like to go?" To some, the answer was simple. Home, or on, or back, or to heaven. Different ways to refer to heading back on their adventure through her father's world, or to move on to her mother's realm. For some, though, the answer was harder. For those, Limbo would sit in her still garden, talk with them, help them, until they made a decision. And I ran out of ideas for a fun way to conclude the story, so I'll leave Limbo in story limbo. It was pretty dramatic there for a hot second. Anyways, what do you think of Limbo? Have any ideas for your own take on the prompt Skull Lolita? If you'd like to try out your own random aesthetic character, the link to the generator I use for these videos is in the description below. And if you'd like to see Limbo's full illustration, along with the previous aesthetic generator challenges, check out rebellinksart.com. All of our past characters are along our all of our past characters are there along with my commission info and other fun goodies. Thanks for your patience with my little trip up there. And thank you guys for drawing with me. If you enjoyed, I'd love it if you gave this video a like. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel to see all of our fun challenges and create with me. I hope you have a great day, eat some great food, and make some great art. Bye-bye! I love you!